Well, good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, depending on where you are in the world when you watch this. I'm Dave Ledoux, and welcome to a special edition of Back to My Garden, the tomato episode. As you know, we grew 22 types of heirloom tomatoes in the garden this season, and I picked out 4 of my favorites to share with you. This bright red number is called the Subarctic. This was one of our best producers. This is a purple Brandywine, but I think he might have some pink in him. He was delicious. This little guy with all the personality is called a Gypsy. And finally, this big boy is called a Black Crim. One of the ladies in our Facebook group grew 35 pounds of Black Crim from one plant. And our yields were nowhere near that. So we did some soil testing, and our levels were all wrong in a couple of our beds. We had bad nitrogen, potassium was wrong. And so we got really focused on amending the soil. I know next season we're going to need more compost, more fertilizer. And that's where I met Annie Haven out in California. She's an absolute genius when it comes to feeding the soil. In fact, her alfalfa tea is used by some of the best rose breeders and orchid specialists in the world. And I've got my hands on some of her manure tea, her moo tea. Now, if you want to learn all about Annie, I got to interview her for 30 minutes on the podcast. Go to BackToMyGarden.com/1 to listen to this. I even have a link to her website to get the manure tea. And so I'm going to be eating these guys. I wish you happy gardening. Now, for those of you who are into hot stuff, don't worry, I'm not forgetting about you. I'm turning into a bit of a pepperhead myself. This is the Naga Viper, my pride and joy. 1.3 million Scoville units. It's about 1,000 times hotter than a jalapeno. In an upcoming video, I'm going to be talking all about sweet with heat and peppers. So there you go, 4 of my favorite tomatoes of the season. Happy gardening. Talk to you real soon.